Hello, you're on Dysfunctional.
Hi, this is Jason Stewart.
Hey, Jason, you're on the air with Paul, Denise, and Big A. How are you doing today?
Hello.
Am I on already?
You are
Yes,
on
you
right
are.
now.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you
Oh
are.
my God! And I was going to put something in the microwave oven. I guess there's
Well, go ahead.
time.
Go on.
Go
No,
ahead.
go on.
We were just. My wife says that she never knew anyone that was gay until 1980s. So I was just reading the list of people from the 1970s that were gay.
Well, I'm only gay on the weekend. So
I thought about that too. Maybe just trying it out on a weekend and being straight the rest of the week.
Only if I get to watch.
Get out of here.
It's
It would be
just
my own
exhausting
business.
to be gay every single day.
Yeah, right? I guess you get the best of both worlds if you do both, right?
Oh, I didn't say I'd have to actually practice heterosexuality.
Go
I
put
just
your.
play straight people. I don't actually have to be them.
Go put your microwave food in. We'll wait. We don't care.
We're laid
So are you
back.
guys in England?
Well, I'm from England, but we're actually in New Jersey.
We're in Jersey.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. How did that happen?
Yeah, right?
I was born and raised here.
We have a lot of British listeners, and we have a lot of U.S. listeners. We got a bit
Very
of everything.
difficult. Nothing is easy for you people.
Right. Yeah.
Us people.
I think you mean straight people.
Oh, the straight people. I know how
Oh,
it is.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Life is rather boring being straight.
I have straight people clean my house, so I really love straight people.
Do you make those poor guys wear French maid outfits?
No, that would ruin it for me.
He
If
wants
I
to.
wanted a woman, I'd get one.
I've
I
been.
don't want my guy walking around wearing a little girl outfit. It just I have to go, honey, go home and take that off.
Put some sweatpants and a
No, I
dirty
don't
shirt
put
on.
anybody down who wants that. It's just not my persuasion.
I have been wanting a pool boy though.
All
You
right.
know, somebody who
Who doesn't want a pool boy?
I
Come on.
know, right?
I don't want a poor boy.
I do. I
Well,
definitely do. Somebody who could rub a
maybe
little
you're gonna
lotion
have to
on
give
me.
in a couple things for her, in New Jersey. It's hard enough living there. You just have to give in for just a couple things.
Well, she owes me a threesome. She had, two guys? I want her and another girl.
Well, that's the trouble with straight people. I would say to my boyfriend, come on, Tony, we're going over to Jim's. We're going to have sex with him and watch Golden Girls. Let's go. Rose tells a funny story,
Yeah.
We don't want to miss it.
Oh, my
Oh my
God.
God.
Gay, the one thing I do notice about gay people are more sexually active than gay women, right? Because women want love, where guys just want to get fucked. You know what I mean? So you see.
Oh, you can
That's
say
not
that in your show.
true.
Oh, yeah,
You can say
yeah.
whatever you want on our show.
You could, yeah, you
We're
can.
uncensored.
We're completely uncensored, and that's probably the nicest thing I've said all day.
Oh, well, I think that there, there's making love, and then there's actual sports sex.
Right.
Like you know what? I have a friend who's into
I have
like these
friends.
leather,
Yeah.
no, like these leather clubs.
Yeah,
You know what I
this-
mean? Like the leather clubs.
Her girlfriend's brother goes to
Mr.
all
Leather.
He goes to like these leather conventions and clubs, and he looks like the gimp out of
Well, I
fucking
think
Pulp
leather,
Fiction.
leather is the lace and the silk or whatever women wear for men.
There you go. Now you know.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's the same
I don't, because
thing,
they
but
all
that-
go and they have like these leather hats and these like jackets and bustiers.
I wish
and,
they had lingerie for women where you could zip
and they
your
have
mouth up.
contests like Mr. Leather.
I want
or-
to be able to zip your mouth up like they can zip the gimp's mouth up. That would be cool.
Oh my!
You know what I'd like to do, Paul? I'd like to have a little like you and a little G-string that has a zipper, and just let the zipper catch on your fucking penis. I would
Oh,
love
okay.
that.
This is going downhill quickly.
I'm sorry, but I would
Oh my
love
God!
that.
I'm gonna have to hold on or call back.
No, I would like to like maybe experiment in a little bit of like pain sex.
You know this guy's promoting a quality movie, right?
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll clean up my act. I'll clean my act.
We'll get to it.
Yes. Oh my God. So
We'll get to it.
I was reading some of your blurb, and you have a pretty interesting story about your whole growing up and how you got into TV and all that stuff.
Well, what did you read? Tell me.
All right. Well, okay. I'll give you. I got some bullet points here. Yeah. Your father.
It's been a while since I've read any of my own.
Yeah. Well, some of this is Wikipedia, so take a grain of salt. You got Last time.
Oh, yes. I keep trying to change my age on it, but they keep changing it back. My age is like 4 different things.
That's hilarious.
So the truth is I really don't know how old I am.
Is there some kind of test where you put your finger in your ass and take a DNA test?
No, there's none of that. Thank you for bringing that up and sharing that with me.
Oh my God, Paul.
So you were brought up around the Jewish culture, but you're not religious. That's what
Not at all. No. I don't believe in religion for me.
Right.
I think it's all made up.
Yeah.
Well, at
I'm
least
on that
one
page
good
too.
thing came from
But if it
being.
makes you feel better and it helps you in your life and it's positive for you, go for it.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way about as religion as I do about gay people. If you want to do it, get on with it. It doesn't have to affect me. Do what you like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But you do like Jewish food, right? But you don't like the Americanized Jewish food. You like the traditional
Now,
stuff.
what is really Jewish food?
I wouldn't even know.
Sandwiches? Or...
Late-
I don't know.
Potato pancakes.
Is that even Jewish food?
What is it? Latkes?
That's like chicken curry from a Chinese takeaway. They don't even make chicken curry in China.
Kugel.
Well,
Which
Chinese
is like
food
a
is
noodle
very
pudding?
Jewish. You've never seen a Jewish event without Chinese food. Out.
Right.
Matzah.
Exactly.
Matzo ball. Matzahs.
I bet you half of this shit you don't get
Sedas. They have
Poland or wherever.
sedas.
where the stuff the Jews originated from.
I wanted to say something.
You go ahead.
She keeps listing these things like we're not even talking.
No, actually, you know what I still had stuck on my brain that I was saying when you were talking about like Jewish and stuff like that? I said, well, one good thing about being Jewish, right, is about being circumcised.
Why is that a good thing?
Because you don't have to fucking peel down. Like Jewish guys and stuff like that, they don't have to peel down that extra stink. I mean, skin.
Stink.
Yeah, no, skin and smell that stink.
There's no stink if you wash it.
Yes, if you wash it. That's the thing. If you
No need to
wash
I
it.
shout.
can call back.
Yeah.
It's nasty. It's not. Paul's not circumcised. He's British, and I find it nasty.
Oh my god.
No matter what he does or whatever, he still has that pee-pee smell.
It's okay if you just keep this stuff to yourself. I will live through it.
That wouldn't be fun though. Like I love when any chance I can get to take the piss at him.
She's gonna ask you in a minute if burritos are Jewish.
What? Get the hell out of here. Burritos are Jewish. I think I'm a bit more educated.
What?
that.
You're not Jewish though. You're Italian or
No,
Polish.
I'm Italian Polish. I was raised Roman Catholic.
Jason, what is your favorite real Jewish
Oh,
food?
you're talking to me?
Yes.
I
Sorry.
don't want to interrupt your argument. God, I'm
I'll
having
keep
a flashback
quiet.
from my childhood.
We're your parents. But
Then you'd be divorced and one of you would be dead.
yeah. Maybe we could do the death first and save myself some money.
I don't know if that works that way.
Sweetheart, you're going in long before me.
I was trying to find out what traditional Jewish food Jason likes.
I do love matzo ball soup.
Mm.
But, it depends on what year. If you go back a couple hundred years, there's no such thing as any of this stuff as food the Jews would eat.
Right.
The Passover was a hard-boiled egg, some dried-out leaves, and a piece of carpet. I think they ate.
God.
I don't know. It was just awful. And then as the years went on, they changed it because Jews, we change everything because we make things easier. If you ever notice in my neighborhood, you see the Orthodox Jews, the women wear these ugly wigs and these sort of party dresses from the 80s with tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys are wearing traditional garb that looks like the turn of the century.
Right.
You think maybe they look like they're in different eras. You think maybe they could just go to the 40s and they could be like, Bogey and Bacall.
I thought they were just being thrifty.
I don't know. I think they don't
No.
match. It's just
I think they also shave. Don't they shave their heads and wear wigs?
that's true.
I don't know. I've never pulled off a woman. So I have to say, my sister and I had a fight once. She's an Orthodox Jew.
Mm-hmm.
In 2004, at my grandmother's funeral, and I did slap her off. She slapped me across the face, and I did pull off her wig.
Ooh.
But that was around, 12 years ago, and I've grown immensely since then.
Is it true that they screw between sheets?
I don't think that's true either.
That's I have heard that before. It seems exhausting.
Yeah, right? Like who? I don't know. But then again, maybe we could try that.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of those
We can have Jewish sex tonight,
but
Paul.
some of those fucking people I've seen walk around Lakewood, New Jersey, I would need a sheet between me and them. They look a fucking. Ugh. Yeah.
So why do you guys live in New Jersey?
Yeah, right. Well, we live in the on the seashore.
Oh, how nice! It's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's still here.
Snooki and JWoww nearly ruined it for us because they filmed that crap 5 miles away from us. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this whole place got invaded.
I only watched one or two, maybe around 10 minutes of that show once or twice in a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, God, if I want to hear people yelling, screaming, and complain, I could just call my mother.
There's
I don't
actually
need to watch it on television
Right?
and for them to pretend real. And if I want to see bad clothes and hair, I could walk into Hollywood.
if you think that show's bad, you should go on YouTube and check out the British version. It's called The Geordie Shore. It's based.
Oh, God.
Yes, it's a bunch of people from Newcastle.
I'm an artist.
Right.
And I think when I want to watch something, I do want to watch art.
Right.
I just, and even if it's something, if I would watch a reality show, you have to be famous for me to want to watch you.
Right.
Right.
Like there was a show on Oprah's network with Ryan and Tatum O'Neal, and I just could not get enough of it because it was interesting to see these people who had been offered, who were, Ryan O'Neal, especially, incredibly talented man in his day, and what he, just see what he had to go through and how difficult it was, and how he obviously didn't handle raising his kids very well.
No.
And that was more interesting to me because people had accomplished something. And it was about trying to connect and trying to, basically trying to get your life back together. But just watching people act crazy and, that didn't interest me.
Remember the movie Paper Moon?
Oh, it's so great.
Wasn't that? That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Loved it.
I think that a lot of these.
Great Madeline Kahn.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the car.
Now he's
Do that for me.
His gayness is coming out now.
I'm going to be gone, but just, in a little while, I'm going to be gone. But just, let Miss Trixie sit in the big seat with her big tits.
Don't you think that a lot of these people that make these reality shows are
love
just
Madeline Kahn.
these people?
Loved her.
These people just want to get to be famous again. You look at Tara Reid, man. She's a complete fucking mess.
I don't know her. I only know that she's an actress, right? And
yeah.
She had been in those American Pie movies.
Right.
Why is she a mess?
Well.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Alcohol.
She was just on that what's it called?
Sad.
Marriage boot camp reality stars.
Yeah.
Everybody that
she was just a train wreck.
She was just a complete train wreck, and when she got drunk, her and her boyfriend would fight every 2 seconds, and you should if you just watch 5 minutes.
There's
of
nothing
that show.
but drama.
Yeah, and then she's got
guy.
a show of her own,
well,
right?
honey, in New Jersey and British New Jersey, you too, that stuff is made up. Most of those shows make them up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking.
It's not real.
When you were saying...
For those listening, us in Hollywood, we know it's all made up. And they just do it. It's not really real.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
The only thing in reality
they'll
is
do
I guess
anything for
real,
ratings.
They're real people.
I think that some of these people, that, like you say, you like to see these old famous people, but some of them, this is just their last chance at fame, so they're going to say anything or do anything to get
I don't
ratings.
think so. I honestly don't. I think it's about money.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's about when you're used to living in a certain way. I think that's what it's about. It's about making money. And I genuinely think that Tatum and Ryan O'Neal wanted to get their relationship back, and it just weren't possible. They thought, well, we could do this and make some money at the same time. Maybe it would force us, and they would pay for all the shrinks. And sometimes, and I think it's also different if you've grown up famous. I've had a lot of, lived in Los Angeles since I was a baby boy, so I've grown up around a lot of show business people. I think it's just a different life. There's a difference between growing up in show business, wanting to do something, maybe it not working out all the time. It's very, it's so easy to put all these people down. It's so hard to do it. It really is, especially someone like Tatum O'Neal. I can't imagine, how difficult it is to have won an Academy Award as a kid,
right?
And then suddenly not be able to get work.
Right.
How difficult that could be.
And
I don't know anything about Tara Reid, but I mean, she was in one of the Coen Brothers films,
Right.
and did a lot of great stuff. And all of a sudden, you fall off a certain thing, and it's very difficult to deal with that, I think.
Right. I mean, do you like other reality shows? I'm like a big fan of Cops and Unscripted.
No, I'd rather be dead. I'd rather you shoot me in the head right now in the middle of a parking lot in my underwear and watch these shows.
So what do you...
I just can't. Unless there's a reason to watch it. I watched Making a Murderer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was and I don't know if you read the news today, but the kid...
Yes, I did.
The kid was let out of prison, and I'm on my knees thanking God and Jesus and whoever I have to say with that poor kid. I think he was some sort of mentally challenged in some way.
Definitely, and they took advantage of him.
And that just broke my heart, and because of this reality docu-series that was real, you know, he was let out of jail.
Right.
Yeah. I thought they were making...
Because they had they had...
Remember there's that one conversation when he's talking to his mother on the phone. Well, why did you do that? Why'd you tell them that? She goes, well, I don't know. Well,
yeah, I was just telling them what they wanted to hear.
Pardon?
Yeah, because he was just he's like, I was just telling them what I thought they wanted to hear.
Here, because I wanted to go back and I had a test to take the next day or something. I don't know what it was. Or I was going to have a lunch or I don't know. It was heartbreaking. But that series was important.
Right.
Exactly.
There was a reason for it. And that's what I mean, like Tatum and Ryan O'Neal. It was about a father and a daughter. And I grew up in the 70s when I was a little kid. So watching that, he said this one thing that I thought was so interesting. He said, I told Tatum to sit by the curb and wait there, and then I'd come back and get her. And I thought that, and I just started to cry when they said that the first time, out of nowhere. And I thought, okay, that's what your parents in those days said. I had really young parents. My mom was really hot and sexy and always looked divorced before she was. And my dad was European and had come to this country after the Holocaust. And he had been not in the camps, but he had been in the ghettos. And he was one of these guys that came to this country and created a whole life for himself without even speaking English first.
Wow.
So I grew up with people that were so immersed in themselves that having children was just, was a whole different thing. And they always thought they could get rid of, let's give the kids everything that we didn't have financially, and that would soothe them. And I think they forgot that we were people.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you come to move from the Bronx to L.A. when you were really young?
Well, my father came to this country in 1949 after the Holocaust, and he had gotten a job in a necktie manufacturing company, and he learned how to cut ties. And he cut them in a special, very fast way, so he became very well-known in New York in the schmata business. That's the rag business, they called it, making neckties and how to do this. And he got lots of job offers in Los Angeles. And he moved us out here, and then my grandparents followed my aunt and uncle and a lot of my other relatives.
Nice.
And you got to go to school with some famous people.
Oh, yeah, I went to school with Jodie Foster in grammar school, and Timothy Hutton in high school, and, oh, God, people you wouldn't know. They were famous to me, like Michelle Tobin and Michelle Green from LA Law, and, oh, God, I wish I could remember more. But there are tons more that I just can't remember at this moment. But there were lots. I went to school with a lot of, successful people.
Were they in? Could you tell if they were into acting at that time? Because I see that you first started acting when you were 8, right?
Some was. I was doing an episode of Strong Medicine. I was in the makeup chair. I had a small part on it, and Michelle Green was sitting in the other chair. She had been on LA Law for years. She played Abby, and we're in the chair.
Oh my God, I love her.
Yeah, and she said, Jason? And I said, yeah, and she remembered me. And I, of course, thought she didn't remember me. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to know Judd Apatow really well. We'd hang out at the Improv, and he used to book these rooms in colleges and in one-nighters. And I just thought he wasn't very funny.
Oh, God.
I mean, he was a great guy, but he wasn't really funny. He was funny off stage. He was one of these people who was really funny off stage, but not as funny on stage. He was very young.
Right.
And I thought, and then I had seen him at the Improv a couple of years ago, and he started doing stand-up, and I thought, this guy's terrific. And he got so incredibly, of course, we know all of his movies, the 40-year-old version. He's so talented and so gifted, and, I was just so stupid. I couldn't see things, how funny could be different.
Right.
You know, I just saw it. I was so young, I didn't really know. And recently, I emailed him and I said, "Hey, I know you're doing this show called Love on Netflix with Paul Rust, and I'd love to play a part on it. I heard there's a part of a shrink, and then I just recently guest starred on it."
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what it is? I think you probably know way better than me, but there are a lot of people that can write funny scripts, but they can't do stand-up and vice versa. There's different.
Yeah, well, it's also a craft, and that's what everybody forgets. And Judd, you know, really, really worked on his craft. And I saw him recently in New York. I was in New York doing Red Eye, that show on Fox.
Right. A good friend of ours is on there all the time. Yeah.
Oh, you watch it? Yeah, I do that show. I've done that show a couple times, and I was supposed to do a set at the Cellar, the Comedy Cellar, and I got bumped because there were too many people. And then I heard that Judd was coming in, and I had just done his show, so I got a feeling I was bumped because Judd wanted to do the show. And I thought that was so funny because he had just hired me, so I went down and watched it, and I laughed my head off. I was so moved by how wonderful he's been, and just loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome, Judd Apatow. Yeah. So your
Am
first.
I being too nice?
No.
I feel like I'm ruining your whole.
Just be yourself. Be yourself.
No, I was just trying to remember. There's a whole thing about the what's that movie? The guy from Sausage Party. He's arguing with was it Katherine Heigl? He was arguing with
Seth Gordon.
Seth Gordon. Seth Green.
Seth.
Yeah, I know who you mean. And
well, how can we both know?
Yeah.
A movie with Barbara Streisand. Of course, I know him.
Right.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Yeah.
I also did a benefit with him once, and I thought, God, this guy is funny. And I had not seen some of the films that he had done, but you know, and he was just. I just thought this guy's really hysterically funny, not just as an actor, but as a comic too.
That's awesome, man. Yeah,
but I learned not to marginalize people.
Right, you know, because one movie can be great and one movie can be crap. You know what I mean? You can't just.
Oh well, that's another story all completely.
You know, I know a lot of people that have written movies and their first movie's been an abomination, but 2 movies later they're winning Oscars or they're making $300 million. So you really can't judge someone.
I was at the Comedy Awards one year. I'll never forget it. They used to do on ABC with George Slaughter, and the guy from Frasier, not the straight one, the gay one, and he came up and said he was winning another award for Frasier, and he says, I don't take this for granted. He said, I did a movie with Bette Midler and Nathan Lane and Marshall Brickman and all these great people, and we mixed it up, you know, in the pot and all worked together. It just didn't work out as well. And that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Judd Apatow did that serious movie. What was that called? I'm trying to remember.
It's art. It does.
Yeah.
You know, art is art.
Yeah, I'm
it's
trying to remember.
It's not going to always turn out a certain way.
What was that Judd Apatow movie?
And I may love something, and you may hate it. So.
Right. Do you find yourself getting typecast, or do you like playing the character you play in a lot of stuff?
I don't see that. I have found myself being told that I'm limited a lot.
Yeah.
I've always been told that I'm limited.
Funny People was the odd movie I was trying to remember from Judd Apatow.
Oh, that was terrific.
Yeah,
especially for me, just because it's about my working as a comic, which I did for so many years on the road. 20 years I headlined comedy clubs. 25 maybe that I really pursued it in a big way. I have a lot of respect for that, you know, for those people that do that still. It's very difficult. And it's lonely. It's a very lonely biz.
Well, because you're on the road all the time and sitting boring in hotel rooms, right?
I did it for a gay guy. It's even worse. I mean, the beginning I was in the closet. I didn't come out until '93.
Didn't everybody think you were gay before that, and they just didn't let on?
I think yes, and I think because when you do comedy, it's very difficult to hide who you are.
Right. And
also, you know, I was coming out as I was coming out in my own life as a person. Mm-hmm. And there was, it was it was the 80s. It was a really different time, and I was so young.
Right.
You know, and I didn't know who I was or how to move around in life or become who I was. It was just very difficult. It was like, it's the analogy of being in the closet. Is that you're in the closet, you're in this little room, you're standing on the shoe, there's hat boxes of shit in the way, you're standing behind a leather jacket. Every once in a while, someone opens the door, flashes a light in your face, takes something out, and then slams the door closed. And that's how you make all your decisions.
Right. I've always wondered what goes on before someone comes out of the closet. Do they come out of the closet and then get a boyfriend, or do they experiment before?
I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all.
No.
I think everybody's different.
Did you know? I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask. Like, did you know, like, as you were growing up, that you weren't straight?
Well,
I mean, what?
Well,
Yeah.
I asked you this question. This is the way I answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow up knowing that you were straight?
No, I think it just happened.
I think you're born that way. I think people are born.
You were always straight though. You always were
Right.
attracted to men, I'm assuming.
I guess so. Yeah.
You guess so.
Yeah,
No,
but
I hate men.
was
Like,
attracted to
I
men.
hated
was
men,
never-
but I ended up with them.
But I was never like straight, and all of a sudden I was gay. A lot of straight people think that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
No,
you
I
think
mean,
from your own point of view, you think everybody thinks like you,
Did you?
and it's not that way. You know, I never thought I was straight. I just didn't know what being gay was.
Right.
Did you ever have a girlfriend?
Oh yeah, because straight people are very, very aggressive about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my experience growing
Yeah.
up. Is they want you to be just like them.
Yeah. So even though you went to school with all these famous people, it was pretty shitty, I guess, right? Not being able to be
I had a
yourself.
girlfriend for 5 years.
Wow. Did she figure it out?
Oh yeah, she knew I was.
Even though
She used to ask me all the time, and I used to deny it.
we have a niece who was married to a guy that everybody else knew was gay, and towards the end of their relationship, they used to go to nightclubs, and he would pick up guys, and she would film them having sex and send the pictures to people on her cell phone.
And then they got divorced.
And he didn't want anybody to know, and then they got divorced.
Yeah.
Oh God, who knew?
Yeah, right, exactly. And then he came out, I'm gay, and then we're like, we all knew.
Yeah, it was fucking obvious, really.
Oh, I'm so shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It was just strange that the girl.
Well, as I said, when you grow up in a closet
Mm-hmm.
and somebody takes something out of your closet, slams the door shut, shines a light in your face, and that's how you make your decisions, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
He must have loved it though that the wife was into him having sex with guys. That must have
I
been.
think it was probably very disturbing and very unhappy for all of them. I don't
Really?
think it was fun at all.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think
It's a
he's
very
right.
difficult life to lie about everything all the
Right.
time, because lying catches up with you.
Exactly.
Do you ever wish you'd grown up like in these times where you could have just been yourself right off
Oh
the
my
bat?
God, are you kidding? You can get some self-esteem.
Right.
So, and let's talk about the birth of a nation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been in the business since I was 16, and now I'm 106. And I waited this long to get a good part in a movie
Right.
that's actually getting released, that people are interested in seeing, that is being considered for awards. Last night I'm at the Sundance New Next Vanguard Awards, where Nate Parker, the whole evening was about the writer, producer, director, Nate Parker. He's getting an award for his work, for being this brand new filmmaker, and how brilliant his film is. I'm there with my publicist, sitting in the back, wearing a pair of nice black pants and a nice shirt. Everybody's wearing sport jackets. I didn't think I was going to be asked to do anything other than maybe take a picture with somebody.
Right.
I'm sitting there. Nate is talking about everybody, and he says, okay, and who's here? Of course, Armie Hammer, the star of the movie, the three producers, and of course, and Jason Stewart. And I'm going, oh, well, God, he said my name. And I have 7 or 8 scenes in the movie. I have a supporting role. And then he's talking about doing this fellowship so that other filmmakers can go to Sundance and be a part of it, and picking someone who's really talented. He's going to give the fellowships for the Birth of the Nation cast and crew. So he's saying that, and he calls to the 3 big producers to come on stage, and of course the star, Armie Hammer and himself are on stage, and he says, oh, Jason, come on up. And I'm looking, And I'm hesitating, and I don't go. He said, yes, come up. You can see it. It's online. And I thought they were talking about the other producer, Jason Berman, and I thought, he's calling me. And it's because of my self-esteem. You know what I mean? I grew up, standing in the back of a bus. I spent, my entire industry with people telling me how limited I am, what special role I have to wait to play, where, what I kept doing is I just kept showing up. And I kept getting better and better and better and working on my craft and adding characters. When I was a kid, I was just a goofy kid. That's who I would play. And then I got older. When I came out, I could play funny gay guys. And then all of a sudden, I got older. There were no gay guy parts, so I played annoying Jews. And then I started playing managers and people that were in charge of things but yet had no power. And now I'm playing a white heterosexual Christian plantation owner in 1831. It's hard times and small farmers like you and myself. It's called acting.
Yeah.
And I'm a gay liberal Jew. So, and I played Southerners, I played British people, I played villains, so I just kept getting better. And then Nate Parker asked me to come on stage at one of the biggest awards that you can get from Sundance. And he says, come on, you're part of the family, get used to it. He said that. And I thought to myself, man, I got to get my shit together.
I mean, this is
one thing being humble,
right?
But but I am very humbled by being a part of this. I'm being humbled that I, a lot of people show up and don't get anything, but I've been really, really lucky that I've gotten. I work with a lot of wonderful people. I worked last year with Sean Baker on Tangerine, which was a big hit in the indie film world, about two trans working girls, and it was such a wonderful film. And then 2 years ago, I was in Love Is Strange. I had a little part in that. Ira Sachs, who's a brilliant filmmaker, who has another film out called Little Men Now everybody should go see. Mine was with John Lithgow I work with, and Alfred Molina, and Marissa Tomei. I played the guy that married them, and I had to do a 2.5-page speech in front of everybody, Oscar, Emmy winner, Tony winner, Golden Globe. I thought I spent 3 weeks so nervous, I thought my head was going to come off. But I did it. So you just keep showing up.
Right. I mean,
my dad always...
I was going to say, I for someone who hasn't got any good roles, I counted about 140 things you've been in, but at least 20% I've seen. So you can't say you haven't been in anything, but like you said, this is going to be
what I meant was in this business, there's a certain, if you want to move to the next level, I've been a working actor for probably, most of my career since I hit around 30. I've been able to work either through acting or through comedy. But to get a role in a film that's a great role that people are interested in seeing. I have 3 movies out this year.
Oh, wow.
And you haven't seen any of them, I bet. 2 of them went to online, which is very similar to straight to video. A wonderfully funny movie called Hush Up, Sweet Charlotte, starring Barla Jean Merman and Mink Stoll and all these great people. It's a parody movie like Airplane. And I play a British journalist, Mr. Wills. I talk like this. Everything's very special when I'm very obsessed with her. and it's a wonderful film. You can see it on Vimeo or Amazon. And then I'm in another cop drama called Dirty with Roger Gander Smith and Tony Dennison and my good friend Alexander Paul. And it was produced and starring my other friend Paul Elia. And if you can watch that on Amazon and all these other things too. And it's a cop drama. I play this real sort of assholey bar manager. I talk like this, and this is the way I am, and I'm this guy.
I gotta tell you, you're more versatile than you give yourself credit for. Because I mean, all these roles are all different. I mean, obviously you've got the stereotypical gay man roles, like you said, but there's so many things in your list of credits that aren't that character.
Well, I got too old to play gay.
Actually, yeah, I saw one interview. At
35 or 40, all the gay people die. We all go into this room someplace on television and we wait. So what I did is I said I want to play villains and bad guys. So I started, my friend Adam Balanoff was one of the producers of The Closer that turned into Major Crimes. And I saw this part of a manager of a storage facility. And I thought this would be a funny role for me to play because he was sort of goofy, but it was described as a very blue-collar guy, and I said, I think this is a very Jewy kind of role. So I thought, I'm going to talk like this, and I'm going to be a guy that talks like that, and I was da-da-da-da, and this is what happened. And I went and did this, and it was completely wrong, and I got it. And then all of a sudden, I started getting these kind of parts. But that's what I would do, is I would take risks. And I would show up, and my dad, when he was around, God bless him, he used to say, what you do is you go to the interview and you wear a tie, and you show them that you mean business. And what he meant was you go to the interview and you be your best self. That's what I took it out.
Aww.
I find it interesting that you think you're typecast, but it's like you managed to change the character you're typecast for. So you do a few of the same things.
Well, I did, yes.
Yeah.
But believe me, it's still told to me 6 months ago, a very well-known casting director who I knew when he was an actor told my reps that I would never be able to play any straight character. Jason cannot do that. And the manager or agent at the time said to him, hey, he plays this Southern plantation toner, and he just didn't care. And this guy is a gay guy. So there are some people that would, it's like people, it's not that they try to beat you down, it's just they have this idea that we're limited. I mean, Nate Parker, I got an agent in New Orleans because I wanted to be able to play more interesting roles. And that's how I got the audition for the plantation owner. And when I got it, of course, my self-esteem went right out the window. I said, I can't play a plantation owner. I thought they were crazy. So I put myself on tape. I sent it to them. And a week later, they said, Nate Parker wants to meet you in Savannah, Georgia. And I said, for what part? The plantation? Oh, you're kidding. Okay, so I go to this. I rent a car. I take it. Use some frequent flyer miles. I find this cheap hotel where there's this pregnant woman smoking off the balcony and a fat guy sitting by the pool that looks like he's going to rape me. And and I work on this part like a crazy person. And I drive over, a half hour to some mall. It's a half hour out of Savannah, Georgia. And I'm walking around the parking lot doing my lines, and some guy comes over to me and says, I know you. And I thought, I have a fan in the middle of a parking lot a half hour out of Savannah, Georgia. And it was Nate Parker.
Wow.
And he says, and he said something to me, and he's so handsome and so, he could look right through you. And there was just something about him that gave me such confidence. And I just took a breath and I went, I'm going to be fine. I went in, I read. He said, do it again, but can you be funnier? And I said, are you kidding? I feel like Barbara Streisand in Funny Girl. Can I roller skate? Of course I can. So I did the role. I did it. He said, thank you. I thought, I'm not going to get this. I thought, this was a good audition for somebody. Maybe he'll remember me for something else. I went home. I was exhausted, 2 days and running around like a crazy person, flying in and out. And my agent's assistant in New Orleans called me. The agent was out that day. And he says, hey, how's your day going? I said, it's fine. How's yours? She said, well, it's about to get a lot better. You got the part.
Wow.
And I said, what part? I thought it was one that, because every week they get me an audition for something in my dining room. You should see the incredible thing. I've had such a career in my dining room, taping myself. And she said, you got the part as a plantation owner. I just wept.
Aww.
I couldn't believe it, because I got the part because of my work, not because he knew who I was or was a friend. It was just such a validation for somebody who's an artist who's worked as long as me. And I want to give a little heads up to my friend Roger Ganver Smith. Now, I work with him on Dirty, that film, that cop drama.
Right.
And he knew Nate, and he's in the movie, and he's wonderful in it. And you guys know him. He's a light-skinned black man that's been in all the Spike Lee movies, and he's in the Gangster Chronicles. He's a wonderful, wonderful actor. And I called him when I got the call back, and I said, hey, can you put a word in? I think, you know Nate? I have a feeling you do. I don't know why. He says, yes, I do. He said, he calls me back. He looks at my tape. I said, if you don't think I'm any good at it, it's okay. You don't have to put a word in. And he I said, no, he made like your tape. And I said, he didn't say very much about you. He talked about other stuff. Just go in and kick ass.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got the part, I emailed him and I said, I got the part. Thank you for putting a word in. And he said, shit, man, you had the part from the get-go. They just wanted to see you. You were the first choice, basically. And then, of course, I cried like a baby again because it's because of my work.
Right.
And that, to me, is very special.
Right. That kind of gives you
Because I've worked so hard to, as an artist, to be good. To go through all your fear, which leads back to your other question from before. What do I wish that I could be out now? Yes, because then I wouldn't have all these crazy things in my head that people have said to me over the years. All the stuff that sticks in your head, you have to sort of put that out. You have to walk through all your fear and all your pain and and that you can do this.
Right. Are you one of those people that can't watch yourself back and you don't think you're that good?
Well, that's a whole other long story. You watched it yourself. The first time I saw Birth of a Nation, I saw it at this big agency in Los Angeles in Century City. And I'm sitting with a lot of the other actors, and I'm watching it, and the film is so powerful, and I'm crying, and then I'm crying again, because my scenes didn't get cut. And then I'm crying again that I got billing because my agent, I don't have an agent that would fight for me, so he gave me billing in the film, which he didn't have to do.
Right.
Which was sort of amazing.
You get a good spot on the movie poster, right?
Pardon?
You get a good spot on the movie poster now.
No, not the movie poster. That's just me.
Oh, okay.
He's the star, not me.
Right.
And that's totally fine with me. This man gives an exceptional performance. And he was coached by Kerry Anderson, who was the coach on the film. He was and also very beneficial to me. I came in the first day, and he said, let me hear your accent. And I said, well, it's hard times. And I did my thing. And he said, where'd you learn that accent? I said, I don't know, watching Roots. I don't, it just came to me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, like I was supposed to do this. But Kerry he was just wonderful because, Nate was in a lot of the scenes, and he would say, oh, great, that was great. And he gave me a lot of support. He's a lovely guy. I just talked to him on the phone today. So funny.
How do you think,
guy.
Is he one of the people that can actually direct and star in something successfully?
Yes, I think so. Well, it's obvious. The movie is a beautiful piece of work. And he also was so prepared. And I think that's what it's about. It's about preparation.
Right.
I directed a web series called Mentor, based on me mentoring kids. Around 5 years ago, I started mentoring kids, kids in their late teens and 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And my father had passed away, and I felt like my career wasn't where it was supposed to be, and I was feeling sort of like, and this kid asked me to mentor him, and what happened was he started mentoring me.
Right.
And he sort of brought me, and that's we did a series. We all play ourselves based on us, and it's also stars my friend Alexander Paul from Baywatch, playing a very mean version of herself.
So going forward, I would hope that you're gonna be more happy with your acting and yourself, and you'll be able to get some roles that you feel are not typecast.
Well, I love working on Love, and I also did David Alpart and J.T. Petty have a series. David Alpart, who does The Walking Dead,
right,
has a series from Samsung called Gone. I got to play a security detective, Francis, in that, and I did that. And I have a couple more indie films coming out. One called Open, a little gay movie that I have a cameo in,
mm-hmm.
playing a bad date. So I hope that I am. I'm always trying to be better.
Right.
I mean, whether I work for a film that's $10 million or
mm-hmm.
$100,000, I try to do the same performance.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do my best.
Right.
I don't think I always succeed, probably, but you can only do what you can do. But I really don't just wing it.
So are you more happy in TV or movies? Is there a particular? Or
I'm more happy working with talented people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. Whether it be a play or doing a stand-up gig with some people or a movie or a film, it's about the people you work with, I think.
What about the schedule of filming a movie versus a TV show?
It's not. There's no comparison of. There's no like, oh, this is the way this is. When I did Birth of a Nation, you think every day I probably get there around noon.
Oh, that's cool.
For some reason, all the time I worked on it 3 weeks, and all my days were like later. It was perfect. I loved it because I could work out in the morning and take my time, and and then some movies you work. It depends on what the schedule is, and where I'm a supporting actor. I'm not the star, so
right.
Most of the time, when I did Mentor, I directed it, so I was there every day, and I didn't want to start until 9 or 10 o'clock because I don't like the morning.
Do you think that you'd ever do one of those Lord of the Ringsy type movies where you have to be in there at 3 o'clock in the morning to put your makeup on?
Oh, I would kill you and your wife just to be in one of those. Oh God, I could just run around with the ugly feet and the weird head, and like people said, because in Birth of a Nation, I look really bad. they drew age on my face and dirt, and teeth were crappy.
I saw that. I saw the pictures.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hold on. Can you hold on just a quick second?
Sure,
Absolutely.
go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Argue amongst yourselves.
Yes. Well, I think he's good. What do you think?
Oh, I'm having a blast listening to him.
I'm trying to remember the name of this character because I was going to ask him about this.
What does that say?
Big A, what's...
back.
Okay. I was trying to remember the name of the little bald creature in Lord of the Rings. I was going to, make a stupid comment about it.
I watch those films because I can't understand, I'm a Jew. If you miss if you lose your jewelry, you go to the jeweler and you get something else. That's it. You have insurance. You don't have to go crazy. Make 7 movies about it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me ask you this question.
I thought that would get a bigger laugh.
No, it did. It did. I just stumbled across it. I was going to ask you the same question I've asked pretty much all the actors we've had on the show. Do you think that Hollywood is selling out by making remakes of movies that are good instead of remakes of movies that are bad and needed improving?
Well, I don't think it's Hollywood. That's the problem when you say that. Those people are not Hollywood. Are saying, yes, that's not, those are not artists. Those are business people.
Mm-hmm.
So business people have taken over Hollywood.
Yeah, they're the ones that are funding and everything.
There's a difference. They've come into our industry as the reality people have, and they've, people love art, want to be on television, or want to be, and they've done that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, certainly, the Lord of the Rings are beautiful books,
right?
And Peter Jackson is, 2 minutes away from, absolute brilliance,
right?
Heavenly Creatures is one of my favorite movies. I got to hang out with Melanie Pinsky. Melanie, am I saying her name right?
I think so.
Yeah, last night. She was actually at the event, and I met her at Sundance, and she felt like, oh, God, and she's in one of my favorite movies, Win-Win, which I just love, with Paul Giamatti and Jeffrey Tambor, who I love. Those are all my guys.
Right, I loved Peter Jackson back when no one knew who he was. He made this crappy science fiction alien movie called Bad Taste.
Was it good?
It had the worst makeup effects, and it was just completely out there. I'm trying to remember exactly. It was about they ate people, and then they puked into a bowl.
Ew.
And then they they took the puke and fed it to old people or something. Yeah, it was the most out there, and it looked like it had been filmed in like a day and a half.
Oh my God.
And that was I remember that, and I remember going, this guy's gonna make some better movies.
But yet you remember it.
Oh, absolutely! I bought the video. I downloaded the movie on Amazon. I think it was.
Only you.
I love those old movies. That's why I was asking about the remakes. I think that movies like Evil Dead, I Spit on Your Grave, and all those old movies, the way they were made cheaply is what makes those movies. We don't need a Hollywood $50 million version of Evil Dead. We don't need it. We love the old one.
I'm not a big fan of remaking things. I think you should remake bad movies.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what Paul's
And why remake a movie like Footloose and use the exact same script, but people you've never heard of?
And it wasn't even as good, was it?
No, and it was scene for scene the same movie.
Oh, was it? I didn't go see it because I loved I love Diane Weiss and I love John Lithgow. And,
Right.
you know, I just love it. And when they redid Fame, it just killed me.
Yeah. The only person. Sorry, I was going to say the only person who.
Alan Parker, British guy, again, one of my favorite all-time directors. The Commitments.
Oh, yeah.
Mississippi Burning. Oh, if you're going to remake his movie,
Why?
please.
When I saw that they're remaking, what was it? Oh, they're making a Baywatch movie with The Rock.
Give me a break.
Oh, well, who cares?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on. Come on.
And they're remaking Jumanji. Why are they remaking Jumanji for?
I didn't want to see it the first time.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's like a punch in the face for Robin Williams, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like certain movies are cool to remake. Like they redo A Star Is Born every 20 or 30 years, and that's sort of cool because I love both the 50s version, the 30s version. You know, it's the same concept. It's a different film.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, like.
So if you can be creative and do something, yes. If you can take, like, you know, they're doing Lethal Weapon on television. Now, Lethal Weapon is my all-time favorite action film, and I don't
Absolutely.
like action films. Now they're taking something that and they're redoing it with some really great personality. Damon Wayans is just I love to death, and he was such a godsend to me. He gave me a wonderful recurring role on his show as a gay shrink.
Oh, My Wife and Kids, right?
Yeah, and he really, I'll you know, him, Don Rio, Bruce Fine, Jim Vallee, all of them, they said, we have this gay shrink role. Who are we going to get? Now it's Jason Stewart. And I just thank them all so much. That was a big change in my career.
Well, then they remade Beverly Hills Cop for a TV series, but then CBS, it was starring...
It's never gotten agreed. They've never been able to get it right.
Yeah.
I hear they're doing another sequel to it, so that might be fun.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy had been quoted as saying that after Beverly Hills Cop 3, he wants it to be perfect before he makes it, and he's turned down like 10 scripts already, maybe more.
He just did a dramatic film, but I don't know if it's gotten released yet.
I haven't seen anything. I watch a lot of Eddie
Read
Murphy.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reading here they're remaking Splash and they're remaking Mary Poppins. Why would they do that?
I know, it's just so weird.
Those are just classic movies.
American Werewolf in London they're remaking? What?
Maybe you know, Mary Poppins as an angry lesbian. Because I'm telling you right now, she was an awful fucking person. When kids lost their mother, and she was mean to him, and then she left. She ruined my life.
Aww.
That's just hilarious. I know what to tell you. I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. It's going to be great. I hear you're wonderful in it. Nothing but good stuff about this movie.
Oh, wow.
Nothing but good stuff about this movie. I was trying to get them to send me a screening copy, but it was too late.
Oh, you're going to be lucky. They're starting to do some screenings at Fox.
Right.
And stuff, but it's for invite only.
Right.
So it's going to start doing the rounds for the awards, and you know, and then it does come out October 7th.
Right.
The big premiere is going to be September 21st, and on September 8th we will all be in Toronto for the Canadian premiere at the Toronto Film Festival.
Nice.
So this is really exciting. I just feel like I'm on cloud 18 because 9 is not enough.
Yeah, I mean, this could be the best thing you ever did. You know, I hope it just goes up from here. I hope it goes up.
When I die, it's going to be Jason Stewart, you know, from Birth of a Nation, also known as was one of the first openly gay comics. I think that's what they're going to say.
Right. That's going to be a great title for a book.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, you know, a legacy for most of us. I really do.
Yeah, I wish you the best with all of it. And I see that we can see you in person August 16th, 10 p.m. at the Hollywood Improv Comedy Club as well.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
forget that. Yes, I'm going to be on Jay Davis's show, my pal. He does a show there that he produces. And I'm going to be there 10 o'clock on the 16th, Tuesday. Yes. I'm really excited because I love working at the Improv. It's so much fun. And you get all these really great people.
Are you coming out to New York anytime soon?
I will. Yes, I've been there twice this year already, and I saw The Humans on Broadway. Oh my God, it was so good.
I want to go see a Broadway show.
I saw it right before it got the best play. You guys must go see it. Did you go to the theater?
On occasion.
I think last thing we saw was The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. I want to see the South Park guys. What the hell is that called? The thing about the people from Utah. Give me.
The Mormon.
Yes, yeah. Book of Mormon.
I think it's filthy, dirty, and I think
that's right up his alley.
And there's a lot of yelling and screaming. So I think that what's more fun is to go there during a matinee and watch all the old blue hair ladies because they think this is some hit musical that they're going to love. And when they start to scream all the language, it was fascinating to watch them all look so mortified, like their heads were going to pop off.
Wasn't there a song in that about raping a baby or something? No, there was.
That's horrible.
Something awful.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. But I don't remember, but I was just so mortified. It's very gay, and it's very black, and it's very hip and cool, and, it talks about religion. And
It sounds like a good time.
The dogmaticness of it.
I wonder if any Mormons have ever gone to see it and gone, oh my God.
Well, I would think some of them have a sense of humor about themselves.
I would hope.
They probably flew back to Utah and said, you're not going to believe what we just saw in New York.
Now, are you guys Republicans or Democrats? Democrats.
I'm not a citizen, so I can't vote, but my opinion would be I'd love to see what Trump actually does if he wins. If I was voting...
I don't trust either of them, to tell you the truth. I used to vote Republican.
Why would you not trust Hillary Clinton? There's absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it's all made up.
Explain.
I'll tell you the reason. So if you were in public service for your whole life,
right?
If you look at my career right now, you're going to find some dick pic somewhere. You're going to find something I did wrong. You're going to find a time that I had a fight with the police. You're going to find something about me, and you're going to find stuff. Nobody is a perfect person.
Right.
Exactly.
If you look at and if you keep listening to those people saying, "Oh, she's this, she's that," maybe she cuts some corners. Maybe she. I want someone that compromises and gets something done, not somebody who sits in the House or Congress and says, "My way or the highway." Fuck you. I don't want someone like Donald Trump that the whole world is laughing at, that says things irresponsibly. You're the president. You're not just talking to somebody with a friend and kidding around.
But if
in high school, he's a bully.
If I had sent an email that was top secret to someone, just one email, I'd be in jail now. How come?
Did you stop pulling the headlines? And did you actually read what went on?
Well, I did go on WikiLeaks, and I did read some of the emails, and some of them, regardless of what they were talking about, they were marked as restricted.
Right, but they were not. They were marked as classified afterwards, and that was also documented through the Republican people who did the I don't know what you call it, the court case of her for the 11th time.
Right.
She went in for. So when you're somebody and you work at that level, also in the last 5 years, things have changed tremendously. Carrie, what's the Colonel? The Colonel. There's been so many people that have done this.
Right.
It wasn't. She didn't do. Oh fuck! I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Right.
It wasn't like that. People thought differently 5-6 years ago than they do now about hacking and all the things that happen. She's doing her best. She's making decisions. She's, everything that she's done, I think, is with the intention of having a better life for people.
Mm-hmm.
She's been a fighter for children. She's been a fighter for all these things. Whereas Trump, his whole history has basically been fighting for himself.
True.
Right.
And he hasn't paid people. I'm sure that, if he were just some business guy, but he seems completely unhinged.
Right.
You cannot react like that. That's why I love Obama. Because I love that he thinks about what he does before he does it. He doesn't come out and make statements. Some people don't like that. They want him to come out and just say shit. Well, I don't care what is going on in the world right now in terms of everything being in a soundbite. and I even said to my publicist that, she said, people love you because you can do a quick soundbite. You can do this. You're very good at PR for your things. But I'm telling you right now, for my president, I want someone smarter than me.
Right.
I don't want
Definitely.
someone I want to laugh with and have a beer with and kid around with.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I want someone that that's going to make compromises, that's going to go in there and fight for us, that even if she makes a mistake.
Yeah.
I just don't see how anybody could even think. And I'm sure you're a lovely man.
I can't vote anyway, so don't worry about
his opinion doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, I can't vote. I don't have my citizenship yet, so.
No, but I want you. I want to share with you and your viewers that we have to actually read and think about. Like somebody said, I remember when I guess it was John McCain. Somebody said, I want someone I can have a beer with. Well, I don't want someone. I want someone that's smarter than I am, that takes more time, that doesn't push send as fast as I do, that doesn't get emotional like I do.
Right.
She's very measured. She's smart. She can debate anybody.
I have an image of Jason standing outside the polling center shouting at people that are going to vote for Trump.
I'm not shouting. I'm just Jewish, and this is the way it's done.
I don't think Trump wanted to get rid of the Jews. I think.
Oh, please! I'm sure he had. He sat in a rally and he says, "This is my black friend." Who talks like that?
Yeah, right.
You know why?
What are you trying to get black votes?
Because it's the only one It's the only black friend he has. That's why.
Rosie O'Donnell is an old comedian friend of mine. She's one of the most lovely people that you've ever met. She will fight for you. She will support you. She has given money away to people. And she made one joke about his stupid hair. It looks like it's a bath mat wrapped around his head with a couple of hairs tied from his ass. With and he has been torturing her for years.
Right.
Oh my God.
He
needs to grow the hell
up. The woman who created programs for children in New York, and oh my God, and it came out in the press. An incredibly lovely woman.
Don't you think that when Bill was in, that Hillary was controlling a lot anyway?
Say that again?
When Bill Clinton was president, don't you think that Hillary was controlling a lot more than you think anyway? So we've kind of seen what.
I don't think we know anything. I think that she was one of the. Historically, we know she was one of the first ladies to really take some serious issue, and she tried to take the Republican plan that Dole had and create a universal health care in the same way they have in England. Now, she took that on because she cared about people, and she failed terribly. And then because she failed, she got up and she created a thing for children and for physically challenged people.
Right.
And that's what she did. So she failed, and she got up and she put on another one of her ugly fucking pantsuits, and she went on to do something else. And then she helped 9/11 people, and then she went on to help in world affairs. And, and they're blaming her for Benghazi, for the 6 or 7 people that were. I feel terrible that this happened. But he doesn't even talk about all the crime in Chicago. If you're not rich and famous, and you're not a famous somebody who's in the military who's important, he doesn't care about people getting. He never says one thing about any of our black Americans being killed by police officers or any of that, and also being killed in Chicago by all the violence and what goes on. He doesn't say anything. And I say this very clearly before, that I'm a big supporter of the police department, and I think that it's a very difficult job. But there is a large percentage of people who have been. I don't have a black friend that hasn't been hassled by the police.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have not one that has not said that. So so you have to see that this is a complex situation that we have to look at and be honest with ourselves. Hillary understands that. She said that she had cops up. She had people that were done by violence. She had that just alone that Muslim man whose son was murdered, who's an American Muslim, that he dished this guy in public, his wife. It was just, oh my God. You can't, I won't let you like him.
Right. Yeah, no, well,
there's too much.
The two things that they do I was going to say the two things they do in England, which are the better, is they don't have primaries. So we have 4 or 5 parties in England.
I think you're right. The way they do it in England, they say, who are we going to pick? All right, let's vote. All right, let's do it.
Exactly.
We have to talk about, okay, and you're done.
But
Here, it's a fucking TV. It's a mini-series.
Yeah.
But what is Obama? Why is Obama making people pay to have socialized medicine? And if you don't pay, he's going to fine you.
Why?
Yeah. Why can't?
They do that?
Why don't they just do it properly, like Canada and England does?
Well, because our problem was, what I'm to understand, and I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but what I was to understand was that we had all the people who didn't have health insurance used the emergency room as their health insurance.
The illegals did that too.
So,
Yeah, all the Mexicans are always in the emergency.
Because they have to help them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just Mexican.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, no, I'm just saying. In my point, wherever I've been, like to an emergency room, that's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of Mexican.
It doesn't help us as Americans to divide people and say, because this is our experience. It's different groups of people in different parts of the country.
Right.
You're going to go to Ohio, you're going to see a bunch of white people in the emergency room.
Go to New York, you'll probably see a bunch of black people.
It depends on where you live, right? So I think what the reason they did that is to encourage people to serve, because you can get it. A lot of the kids that I mentor are now getting insurance for $100 a month.
Yeah.
And
$100 a
they
month?
had nothing for it. Nothing.
That's not bad.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then people like me have to pay maybe a little more. And the only reason is because the Republicans stopped us to be a single-payer program so we could all be in it. If we could all put money into Medicare, I mean, Jesus, it would be so great. I would love that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky. I have screen actors guild after insurance, which is really good. I'm so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I have really good insurance, but I pay about $700 a month for it, which isn't a lot, I guess, if you're paying for your own insurance.
For the both of you?
The whole family.
The family, yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I have great insurance, but then I was looking at somewhere else, and the money was the same amount the fee was the same, but the copays were 3 times as much. So, you can't, everywhere's different.
You got to figure it out. You got to do a little homework, yeah.
Right.
But
yeah.
I do think that Hillary wanted to do something, and I thought that was sort of wonderful, whereas the Republicans kept trying to stop it, but they had no other plan.
You know why? Because in England, doctors all get paid the same amount of money, and they have to take on a certain number of patients. If they don't do enough patients, they get thrown out. And what is it? Prescriptions are $9. Last time I was there, they were $9 each. The medical companies are lobbying these people not to do this because they're going to have to take a money pay cut. You know what I mean?
They have to, in Britain, you mean they have to take a pay cut?
No. What I'm saying is if they had socialized medicine in America and everything was the same price, then they wouldn't be able to charge you $1,100 for a month of some pill.
It's insanity.
You know what I mean? So they're lobbying everybody, saying, "Oh no, we don't want socialized medicine." So what are you?
Well, I'm all for socialized medicine. I think someone should not have to die because they don't have the money,
right?
Or have some terrible disease and be, we're not a third world country.
Right, exactly. There's some countries like Cuba that have better medical coverage than us.
It's sort of crazy.
Yeah.
Can't you get your insurance from England and then?
Well, I can. If I go back to England,
Yeah,
I'm
right?
fine. So if I get really sick, I'm getting on a plane.
Oh, great! Thank you. So I'm not going on a plane with you anywhere. I'm sitting next to you, coughing and spitting, and you and your wife complaining and talking about your uncut penis.
Oh my God. So in summary, go watch Birth of a Nation and vote for Hillary is what you're saying.
Yes, October 7th, Birth of a Nation. November 8th, Hillary Clinton. This is a woman who has served us her whole life. Her whole life.
Mm. So can I call you back in 4 years and if she wins and have a conversation again about this?
Of course you can.
Right, before you go, and I'm not trying to get rid of you. I don't know how much time you have, but before you go, can you do a bumper for us?
Of course.
Just say, this is Jason Stewart, and you're listening to Dysfunctional Podcast, and anything you like. Just say whenever you're ready.
All right.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3. I'm Jason Stewart. You're listening to Dysfunctional Podcast, and you can tell it because we are talking.
That's funny.
I'll do another one.
Go ahead.
Jason.
So,
I'll do another one. I'm Jason Stewart. You are listening to the Dysfunctional podcast. And if I could get a word in between these two crazy people, I'll give you $1 million. And then again, I'll give you $1.50.
Are you suggesting that we talk too much?
We talk too much? I will admit in the beginning I was maybe a little bit of Gabby, but I thought I refrained myself.
I just like to cause trouble.
Okay.
Our relationship doesn't need any help, thank you, sir.
Yes, that's why it's called the Dysfunctional.
Yeah.
I don't want to make you healthy and ruin the whole show.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, are you still doing a podcast?
Yes, I do a podcast every Wednesday at 1 o'clock on Zinna TV. It's called Absolutely Jason Stewart. If anybody wants to get a hold of me, you can go to my website, which is jasonstewart.com, STUART.
The British way.
Yes, like Mary Stewart.
Yeah.
And I do one every week. Mine is not as rambunctious as yours. I usually interview one actor, and we talk the whole hour.
Right. Well, we don't have the luxury of knowing all these people, so we have to go about this the hard way. You know, you can just
How do you do it?
You can just break out your Rolodex and call somebody. I wish I had that.
And you know what I would
We got
say?
to beg and gravel.
Go ahead.
You're right, though, because I don't know it. I only call people. I just call people that are my friends
Right.
or people that I work with.
Aw.
Well, I've been in the business since 1941, and since Donna Summer was on the radio, since Barbra Streisand was with The Way We Were. It isn't really. It's just what I do. It's not like I always feel funny, when people say that. But I've been doing this so long. I've always just wanted to be an artist.
Right.
I just always wanted to be good and to do good work and have you go to see a movie and go, oh my God, that's just like me. You
Right.
know, and then you sit alone in the dark, or you sit, like me at home watching your DVR, eating and throwing up and crying. And,
So
you
what?
know, and it's so we can all tell each other stories. So we don't feel alone, so we feel connected in some way.
Aw.
We laugh a little, we cry a little. That's just what and then maybe you're able to get past something and be a better self somehow.
Right. What are you watching now on TV? We're watching that Stranger Things on Netflix. We just started watching that.
I've heard about it. I want to watch that and Narco. That's on my list. But I got obsessed with Animal Kingdom with Ellen Barkin. Obsessed with it. And I'm going crazy with the new HBO series. Oh God, the new HBO series with John. The Night of.
Oh, okay.
John Turturro.
Yeah, I haven't watched it
Oh my
yet.
God, it's so good.
Is it? We're gonna have to try
How
to
can you watch
watch.
that other crap off when you can watch this? I'm almost masturbating. I'm so excited when it comes up. And The Walking Dead is back next week, so please get out of my house.
You know what? I knew Andrew Lincoln, not personally, but I knew him when he was on a British show called This Life.
Oh, you did? And you got to call him and tell him to stop whispering.
Yeah.
This is my fantasy. Is that I'm on the show, and I'm in the world of The Walking Dead, and he says to me, Jason, he's whispering, zombies are coming. What did you say, Rick? Rick, what are you saying? I can't hear you. And then somebody eats my arm off.
There has been so many celebrities that wanted to be zombies on that. I heard that Slash was a zombie. So
Oh God!
I think it'd be funny to see you as a zombie because everybody else is going, "Ugh," and then you're gonna come out and go, "Hello."
No, I would go. Hey, yeah. I would be so into it. You have no idea.
That's
You
another.
don't know me. There's no girl in me, baby. No girl. No matter how much you want to do it, I know you want me in a dress or whatever your fantasy is. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, Denise, we have to ask him that one question, which will make him hang up. But he's going to know.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
No. Okay, so.
No, but remember.
Oh my God!
He's
This is too embarrassing.
Is this my last question?
It might well be.
It's a doozy.
Yeah.
It's a doozy.
But he's a gay
my
gentleman,
God.
so he's.
It's a doozy.
You want me to ask it, or are you going to ask it?
Okay, so when Paul and I
No,
when Paul and I first started dating, okay, and
Get to it.
we had sex for the first time.
It wasn't the first time.
Well, whatever. He ejaculated on my ass and then cleaned it up. Is that gay?
You have to be more specific. Cleaned it up doesn't.
With his tongue. With his tongue. Like he licked it up.
Once again, we are all different people. We are all snowflakes.
Okay.
I will not judge you or hang up on you, but I will say we were all snowflakes. And just because you're gay, every gay person doesn't do the same kind of sex. I know that this is hard for you to believe. You're in New Jersey, and he's British, and he doesn't know what to do with his penis, and you're unhappy with it. I know all these things are hard for the two of you, and you probably have hours of discussion of this.
No.
I want to tell you, I'm exhausted for the two of you. It's way too hard. There's too many rules and things, and boys do this, and girls do that. And, oh, honey. So, I'm sure you're
Oh my
lovely.
God, I'm having a hot flash.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Yes.
3 girls.
Take them all and put them into adoption.
They're all of age.
This is not working on any level.
See, he knows exactly how I'm thinking.
I want to know if a gay guy has talked. I want to know if a gay guy has talked to Jason, and Jason has actually thought, "My God, this guy is too gay."
About me?
No.
Have you ever come across
as a gay guy
that's just too gay for you?
Yeah, you're just like, "Oh my God."
What would be too gay?
Well, I don't know, but I don't know what from yours.
What would be too gay?
Well, you know what? If you meet a gay guy like Jason, he's cool and he's I don't want to say he's normal. It's just not.
Are you
not fair.
talking about someone who's flamboyant?
If somebody's like, woohoo, oh my God,
You mean there's more all-girl production?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just a personal preference of what you're attracted to.
Right.
Everybody is attracted to something different.
Is that what you like, Paul?
No, I like a bear.
You're a bear?
A bear?
Yeah.
But a bear
so you
can
want
be
a
very
big...
feminine too,
Yeah.
I think Paul's coming out of the closet.
There you go again. Another lovely fantasy for you. You just want anything to make it more crazy or uncomfortable.
Jason's hanging up and calling his
Trying
publicist.
to spice it up, right? Spice up the marriage.
Well, I
a bit.
am actually going. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm going to see a play with my friend Terry Ray, who's the writer and the star, and I am going to be doing a Q&A at the end of the play for them. I'm their semi-celebrity moderator tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Electricity, and it's in the valley of Los Angeles, California, and that's where I'm on my way to now. You were in my car the whole time.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
We will.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Yes, it is. It's about these two gay guys who meet every 5 or 10 years.
Oh,
Okay.
that is cool.
4 acts, so I'm going to be there to ask the questions.
Were they like lovers in the past?
Yes.
Oh, wow,
Yes.
that's nice. And they come back every 10 years. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is nice. It's romantic.
Well, you guys are just terrific. I hope to do your show again sometime.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we had a blast. Sorry for our
Yeah, sorry to freak you out.
dysfunction.
Yeah. We try and live up to our
I would
names.
love to do your show again with different hosts.
at a different time.
Yeah, different time, different place, different hosts. All right.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you. I really thank you so much for having me on.
Jason,
And
you've been great, man. You've been so
the viewer.
so cool.
Thank you.
We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully we'll talk again soon. And good luck with the release of the movie.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
All right,
take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.